Welcome to AJ Akshar Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss motion in a straight line, objective, problems and solutions. ఈ వీడియోను మొదటిసారిగా చూసేవారు దయచేసి లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. మీ యొక్క అమూల్యమైన అభిప్రాయాలను మా కామెంట్ సెక్షన్లో తప్పక తెలియచేయండి. Okay, let us go to the today's session, motion in a straight line, objective, problems and solutions. Go to the first one. In this question, a particle is moving along a circle such that it completes one revolution in 40 seconds. You have to calculate in 2 minutes 20 seconds the ratio of displacement and distance. So let us go to the solution. A particle is moving along a circle. So particle is moving along a circular path. One revolution they given 40 seconds. You have to calculate in 2 minutes 20 seconds. Ratio of displacement and distance. So given t is equals to 40 seconds. And you have to calculate for 2 minutes 20 seconds what is the ratio of displacement and distance. T is equals to 2 minutes 20 seconds. Now converting minutes into seconds, 2 into 60 plus 20, 120 plus 20, 140 seconds. So here 1 revolution 140, 2 revolutions 80, 3 revolutions 120. So 120 plus 20 how much? 140. So it has completed 3.5 revolutions. 2 minutes 20 seconds nothing but it completes 3.5 revolutions. So it has completed 3.5 revolutions. Now we are calculating now distance traveled. Distance traveled for 3.5 revolutions. Distance traveled is equals to, for 3 complete revolutions, 3 into 2 pi r plus half revolution pi r. Nothing but 3 2s are 6 pi r plus pi r nothing but 7 pi r. And next finding displacement. Displacement for 3.5 revolutions is equals to 2r. Now we are finding displacement by distance. Displacement nothing but 7 pi r and distances to 7 pi r, displacement to 2r. So finally we are calculating displacement by distance, that is 2r by 7 pi r. R gets cancels. 2 by 7 into pi nothing but 22 by 7. Here 7 gets cancels. 2 1s 2 11s. So ratio of displacement by distance is 1 by 11. This is the final answer, that is 1 by 11. Okay, next we will go to the next question. If a particle is moving along a straight line with increasing speed, then its acceleration may be decreasing. Why? Because if the speed of body is increasing, then acceleration is the direction of velocity. It may be positive or negative. If the acceleration is in negative direction, then acceleration is increasing, but in negative side it will be called as decreasing. So if a particle is moving along a straight line with increasing speed, then its acceleration may be decreasing. Okay, next we'll go to the next question. A particle moves along x-axis with the speed 6 meters per second for the first half the distance of a journey and the second half distance with the speed 3 meters per second. Then average speed in the total journey is. Here you have to calculate average speed. Let us go to the solution. average speed V average is equals to 2V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. Substituting the values, V1 nothing but 6 and V2 nothing but 3. 2 into 6 into 3 by 6 plus 3. That is equals to 2 6 12, 12 3 36 by 6 plus 3 9, 9 ones 9 fours. That is equals to average speed in the total journey V average is equals to 4 meters per second. Okay, next question. A car moves with speed 60 km per hour in 1 hour in each direction and with the same speed for 30 minutes in south direction. Then the displacement of the car from initial position is. In this question they given 60 km per hour in 1 hour each direction with the same speed for 30 minutes in south direction. Here you have to calculate displacement of car from initial position. Let us go to the solution. Suppose here this is the starting point and from here to here a car moves 60 kilometers in 1 hour and the next he turns to south direction 30 minutes. 1 hour 60 kilometer. Distance is equals to speed into time, 60 into 1 hour. Here distance is equals to speed into time. Speed how much? 60. Time 1 hour. So 60 kilometer. Nothing but this is 60 kilometer and the next same speed 30 minutes. 1 hour 60 kilometer. For half an hour 30 kilometers. And the next this is the initial point and here you have to calculate displacement. Displacement nothing but the shortest distance between initial point and final point. This is the suppose for example OAB. Here OB you have to calculate. Displacement of the car is equals to displacement of car is equals to from Pythagoras formula OA square OB square is equals to OA square plus AB square, nothing but under root of OA square nothing but 60 whole square, AB nothing but 30 whole square. So that is equals to 60 nothing but 3600 plus 30 nothing but 900. So that is equals to, we are getting the total 30 into root 5 kilometer and this is the displacement of the car. Distance here we calculated, speed into time, 60 into 1 hour, 60 kilometer. For 1 hour this is the speed 60 kilometer, the same speed 30 nothing but 30 kilometers. OB nothing but the displacement. So OB square is equals to OA square plus AB square or AB 30, OA 30. 30 square plus 60 square. So root of 3600 plus 900 we are getting 30 into root 5 kilometer. This is the final answer. Next we will go to the next question. In this question a person travels along a straight road for the first t/3 seconds with the speed v1 and for next 2t/3 seconds with the speed v2. Then you have to calculate average speed. Let us go to the solution. V average is equals to distance by time. Mean speed is equals to total distance by total time. So that is equals to distance we are writing speed into time by time. So that is equals to speed nothing but here v1 into t/3 plus v2 into 2t/3 by time. One is t/3, the other one is 2t/3. This is v2. Okay. Now taking t as a common, v1 by 3 plus 2v2 by 3 by here t by 3 plus 2t by 3 nothing but 3t by 3. 3 gets cancels, t also gets cancels. So v average is equals to v1 plus 2v2 by 3. Okay, this is the final answer. Mean speed v is given by v1 plus 2v2 by 3. Next question. Sixth one. A particle starts moving with acceleration 2 meters per second square. Distance travelled by it in fifth half second is. Here distance travelled in fifth half second. Now we are finding distance travelled in fifth half second, that is s of 2.5 minus s2 is equal to, we have to calculate s fifth half second nothing but 5 by 2 nothing but 2.5, that is equals to ut plus half 8 square. Since u is equals to 0, so ut complete 0, that is equals to half 8 square. Half into here acceleration they given 2 plus t square, t nothing but here 2.5 whole square, 2 gets cancels, 2.5 whole square nothing but 6.25. So next s2 is equals to half 8 square, that implies s2 is equals to half into a nothing but 2 and t also 2 gets cancels, 2 square 4. Now we are calculating distance travelled by it in fifth half second. So s 2.5 minus s2 gives the distance travelled it in fifth half second, that is equals to s 2.5 nothing but 6.25 minus s2 nothing but 4 can be written as 4.00. After doing subtraction we are getting 2.25 meters. This is distance travelled by the particle in fifth half second, that is 2.25 meters. Okay, next we will go to the next question. Seventh one. A particle starts moving from rest state along a straight line under the action of a constant force and travel distance x in first 5 seconds. The distance travelled by it in next 5 seconds is. Here body starts from rest. Here a particle starting from rest and moves with a constant acceleration. Then the distance travelled in equal time intervals will be in the ratio of odd number. So we are calculating here distance travelled by the next 5 seconds is x1 is to x2 is equals to 1 is to 3. So that implies here x1 nothing but x is to x2 we have to calculate, that is equals to 1 is to 3. This can be written as x by x2 is equals to 1 by 3. The next 5 seconds is x2 is equal to, taking cross multiplication, 3 into x 3x. This is final answer. Okay, next we will go to the next question. Eighth one. A particle is thrown with any velocity vertically upward. The distance travelled by the particle in first second of its descent is. Here you have to calculate distance travelled by the particle in first second of its descent. Here s is equals to half gt square, that is equals to half into g into first second nothing but t is equal to 1, that is 1 square nothing but g by 2. Therefore distance travelled by the particle in first second of its descent is s is equals to g by 2. Next we will go to the next question. A ball is dropped from a bridge of 122.5 meters above a river. After the ball has been fallen for 2 seconds, a second ball is thrown straight down after it. Initial velocity of the second ball so that both hit the water at the same time is. Here for the first ball, now let us go to the solution. Now we are calculating for a first ball. S is equals to half gt square. Here they given the distance, that is a ball is dropped from a bridge 122.5 meters. This is equals to half into g, nothing but 9.8 into t square. Here 2 ones are 2, 4.9. So that is equals to 122.5 is equals to 4.9 into t square. So t square is equals to, we are getting 25. So then t is equals to root 25. It becomes 5 seconds. So now another ball is dropped after 2 seconds. So it look only 5 minus 2. That is 5 minus 2 is equals to 3 seconds. Now next we are calculating distance traveled is equals to 122.5 is equals to ut. S is equal to ut plus half a t square plus half g t square. Substituting the values, ut plus half gt square is equals to 122.5. So 122.5 is equals to t, nothing but here we are taking 5 minus 2. How many seconds? 3 seconds. So 3 into u plus half g value 9.8 into t square. 2 ones are 2, 4.9. So 122.5 is equals to 3u plus 4.9 into t square. Now we are substituting t value here, 3u plus 4.9 into 3 square. So that is equals to 3u is equals to 4.9 into 3 square minus, here we are getting minus, and 122.5. So 3u is equals to minus gets cancels, 98.4. So u is equals to 78.4 by 3. At last finally we are getting answer 26.1 meters per second. This is the initial velocity of second ball, so that both hit the water at the same time. Initial velocity u is equals to, we are getting 26.1 meters per second. Next we will go. Next question, 10th one. A balloon starts rising from ground from rest with an upward acceleration 2 meters per second square. Just after 1 second, a stone is dropped from it. Time taken by the stone to strike the ground is nearly. So here we have to calculate time taken by the stone to strike the ground. Let us go to the solution. Now first we are calculating velocity of object after 1 second. Velocity of object after 1 second. Starts from rest, nothing but u is equals to 0 and a is equal to, they given as 2 meters per second square. V is equals to u plus at, that is equals to 0 plus 2 into, here we are calculating t value by using s is equals to half a t square. That is equals to half into a value 2 and t square, nothing but 2 gets cancels. Here t value 1 second after 1 second, that is equals to 1 whole square. So S is equals to 1 meters. And here T is equals to 1 second. So V is equal to 0 plus 2 into 1. So that is equals to V value we are getting 2 meters per second. So now after separating from the balloon, it will move under the effect of the gravity. So that's why S is equals to ut plus half a t square. Substituting here S value minus 1, height minus 1 is equals to 2t minus 4.9 into t square. Here we are substituting the place of a 9.8. Here minus 1 is equals to u into t. 2t minus half g nothing but 9.8 into t square. That implies 2 ones to 4.9s. So here we are getting the equation 4.9 t square minus 2t minus 1 is equals to 0. It is the formation of ax square plus bx plus c. We are finding the roots. Then we are getting the t value 0.7 seconds. So t is equals to 0.7 seconds. This is the final answer. Now first we calculated here velocity of object after 1 second. U is equal to 0. A is equal to 2 meters per second square. V is equal to, from the first equation of motion, V is equals to U plus AT. U nothing but 0 and A 2, T value 1 we are substituting. So V is equal to, we are getting 2 meters per second. And next we calculated distance travelled. S is equals to half a t square. A nothing but here 2 gets cancels. In the place of t 1 second we substituted. So S is equal to, we are getting 1 meter. And then now after separating from the balloon, it will move under the effect of gravity alone. So that's why again we are calculating time taken by using the S is equal to ut plus half a t square. Here S is equals to, we calculated 1 and it becomes minus 1 is equals to ut minus half gt square. G nothing but 4.8 into t square. So finally we are getting minus 1 is equals to 2t minus 4.9 into t square. This complete equation becomes 4.9 t square minus 2t minus 1 is equals to 0. For this we are finding the t value 0.7 seconds. Time taken by the stone to strike the ground is nearly is equals to 0.7 seconds. Next we will go to the next question. 11th one. A boy throws a ball into air. After 2 seconds the next ball is thrown when the velocity of first ball is 0. How high do the ball rise above his hand? In this question, G they given as 9.8 meters per second. So let us go to the solution. Suppose here assume that a boy throws a ball into the air. Total time is equals to 2 seconds. V is equals to 0. And complete here after 2 seconds. That complete, this gives the maximum height. Total time 2t is equals to tu by g. So 2 is equals to u by g. T nothing but here they given us 2 seconds. Here t is equals to 2u by g. Total time t here they given after 2 seconds. So in the place of t substituting 2 seconds. 2 is equal to 2u by g. Substituting the g value here, 2 is equals to u by 9.8. Taking cross multiplication, u is equals to 9.8 into 2, it becomes 19.6 meters per second. Here calculating the how high, nothing but maximum height. Maximum height h is equals to u square by 2g. U square nothing but 19.6 into 19.6 by g nothing but 9.8. 2 into 9.8 becomes 19.6. So 19.6, 19.6 cancel. The final answer is maximum height is equals to 19.6 meters. Therefore, h is equals to 19.6 meters per second. This is the final answer. Next, we will go to the next question. 12th one. A ball projected from ground vertically upwards is at the same height at a time t1 and t2. The speed of projection of ball is, see here, neglect the effect of air resistance. Now let us go to the solution. Total time of flight is equals to t1 plus t2. Total time of flight is equals to t1 plus t2. So t1 plus t2 is equals to 2t. From this equation we are writing t is equals to t1 plus t2 by 2, and also t is equals to u by g. So u by g is equals to t1 plus t2 by 2. So u is equals to the speed of projection of the ball. U is equals to g by 2 of t1 plus t2. This is the final answer, speed of the projection of the ball. Here we are taking cross multiplication. 2u is equal to g of t1 plus t2, or u is equals to, you can write it as g by 2 of t1 plus t2. Next we will go to the next question. 13th one. A ball dropped from the top of a tower falls first half height of tower in 10 seconds. The total time spent by the ball in air is, here in this question they given g as 10 meters per second square. Now let us go to the solution. Here they given first half of height of tower in 10 seconds. So for example, here a ball is dropped from the top of a tower. This is assume that this is the tower and we are taking the tower height. U is equals to 0 and total time t is equal to the given 10 seconds, and you have first h height half nothing but h by 2. So minus h by 2 is equals to minus half g t square. Here 2 gets cancels, minus minus get cancels. We are getting h is equals to g into t square. T square nothing but 10 seconds. 10 whole square. So h is equals to half gt square for full journey. H is equals to half gt square for full journey. So substituting g into 10 square is equals to half into g into t square. Here g gets cancels. Taking cross 10 square nothing but 100. 100 is equal to t square by 2. Now taking cross multiplication, that implies t square is equals to 2 into 100, 200. That is equals to root t is equals to, we are getting root 200 or 10 root 2 seconds, or we can written as t is equals to root 2 nothing but 1.414. After multiplication, this as 14.4 seconds. So t is equals to, we are getting 14.4 seconds. T is equals to 10 into 1.414, that is 14.4 seconds. This is the final answer. Next we will go to the next question. 14th one. An object thrown vertically up from the ground passes the height 5 meters twice in an interval of 10 seconds. What is its time of flight? Here we have to calculate the time of flight. Let us go to the solution. h they given as 5 meters and they given t2 minus t1 is equals to 10 seconds. Assume that t1 is equals to t and t2 is equals to t minus square root of t square minus 2h by g. And another one, t is equals to here time taken to reach the highest point, and t2 is equals to here we are calculating t1 is equals to t minus square root of t square minus 2h by g, and t2 is equals to t plus square root of t square minus 2h by g. Suppose an object here vertically upwards from the ground and up to the height, I assume that it is height h and it is here t1 and it is here t2 and here total time t. T denotes the time taken to reach the from ground to this is the highest point. So now we are calculating t2 minus t1 is equals to t2 nothing but t plus square root of t square minus 2h by g minus t minus into minus plus square root of t square minus 2h by g. Here plus t minus t cancel each other, and next we are getting t2 minus t1. t2 minus t1 they given as 10 seconds. So 10 is equals to root of 2 into root of t square minus, substituting the values in the place of h 5 by g nothing but here 10. So t square minus 2 into 5 by g nothing but 10. So taking LCM, root 2 into t square, 10 into t square minus 2 5s are 10 by 10. Now we are taking 10, separate here 10 2 1s are 2 5s. Now 5 is equals to root of 10 t square minus 10 by 10. Now we are taking a squares on both sides. 5 square nothing but 25. That is equals to here we are taking squaring on both sides. If we are doing squaring, so root to square will cancel. We are taking 10 as a common. T square minus 1 by 10. 10 will cancel. So finally we are getting t square minus 1 is equals to 25. T square is equals to 25 plus 1 becomes 26. Then t is equals to root of 26. So time of flight is square root 26 or root of 26. This is the final answer. Next we go to the next question. 15th one. A ball is projected vertically upwards. Its speed at half of maximum height is 20 meters per second. The maximum height attained by it is they given g as 10 meters per second. Now let us go to the solution here. Suppose a ball is projected vertically upwards like this. Here at maximum height v is equals to 0. Here speed at half of maximum height h by 2. So here complete height h, and suppose for example here A, here this is the point B, and h by 2. Speed they given as 20 meters per second. So this is Vb square minus Vs square is equals to minus 2g into h by 2. Substituting the values, Vb is nothing but 0 square and Vs square nothing but they given as 20 whole square, that is equals to minus 2 into g 10 and h by 2. 2 gets cancels, 0 square nothing but 0 minus 20 whole square 400. Here 2 gets cancels and minus 10 into h, 10h. 0 minus 400 is equals to minus 10 into h. Minus cancels. 0 cancel, and h is equals to, we are getting 40 meters. So maximum height attained by the ball projected vertically upwards is 40 meters. This is the final answer. Next we'll go to the next question. A body thrown vertically up with initial velocity 52 meters per second from the ground passes a point at a height above at an interval 10 seconds. Now the height h is the given g as 10 meters per second square. Now let us go to the solution. Here the given interval of 10 seconds, nothing but t2 minus t1 is equals to 10 seconds, and t2 plus t1 is equals to total time, that is tu by g. Substituting u nothing but they given as 52 meters per second and g they given as 10. 2 ones 2 5s are, so 52 by 5 nothing but 10.4. And the next t2 minus t1 is equals to 10 seconds, and whereas t2 plus t1 is equals to 10.4 seconds. From these two equations, from first and two equations, we are getting 2t2 is equals to 20.4. Suppose here from these two equations plus t1 minus t1 will cancel each other. t2 plus t2, 2t2 is equal to 10 plus 10.4, 20.4. So from this we are getting t2 is equals to 10.2 seconds. 20.4 by 2, 10.2 seconds. So t1 into t2 is equals to 2h by g. Substituting values, t1 0.2 and t1 0.2 and t2 we are getting 10.2, that is equals to 2 into h nothing but we have to calculate, and g nothing but 10. So 1 into 10.2 is equals to h. Here after multiplication, here we are getting 0.2 into 10, 2. So 2 gets cancels, h is equals to, finally the height h above the interval, here we have to calculate the value of h. Height h is, so the height h is 10.2 meters. Okay, next we will go to the next question. 17th one. When a particle is thrown vertically upwards, its velocity at 1/3 of its maximum height is 10√2 meters per second. The maximum height attained by it, we have to calculate the maximum height. Now let us go to solution. From the third equation of motion, v square minus u square is equals to minus 2g into h, they given as 1/3, that is 2u by 3. Here suppose this is the particle thrown vertically upwards, v is equals to 0, and here 1/3 nothing but h by 3, and here 10√2 seconds they given as height 10√2, and here 2h by 3 up to this 2h by 3. Now substituting the values, v nothing but 0 minus u 10√2 they given as 10√2, and minus 2 into g nothing but 10, and into 2u by 3 nothing but h by 3. So after this calculation, 0 square nothing but 0 minus 10 into √2 whole square, that is 100 into 2, that is equals to minus 2 tens are 20, 20 into 2, 20 into 2 into h by 3, 2 gets cancels, minus 100 is equals to minus 20 into h by 3. Minus minus gets cancels, 0 0 gets cancels. So we are getting 10 is equals to 2h by 3. Now taking cross multiplication, here also 2 ones are 2 fives are. So 5 3 is 15. Maximum height attained by the particle is h is equals to 3 into 5. 3 5s are 15 meters. The final answer is 15 meters. Next we will go to the next question. A body is dropped from a height h. The time taken to cover second half of the journey is. So now first this is u is equals to 0, dropped from a height h. Time taken to cover half of the journey we had to calculate, and this is t minus t, and total time. Now let us go to the solution. The total time of journey, total time of journey here minus s is equals to ut minus half gt square. From this we calculated here h is equals to half g total time t square. This is equation number 1. And the next minus h by 2 is equals to half g t square. Here in the place of this substituting half g t square is equals to g t square. 2 gets cancels here. In the place of h substituting half gt square. Half gt square is equals to gt square. Here ut is equals to 0. So that implies here g gets cancels. T square is equals to t square by 2 is equals to small t square. So taking cross multiplication, t square is equal to 2 into t square 2t square. Now t square is equals to, we are getting t square by 2. Then t is equals to square gets cancels. So t by root 2. Second half of time is equals to, next second half time is equals to t minus t. That implies t minus t. T minus t nothing but t by root 2. Taking t as a common, 1 minus 1 by root 2. Substituting t nothing but that implies root of 2h by g into 1 minus 1 by root 2. So that is equals to, here 1 minus 1 by root 2, taking LCM 2h by g into root 2 minus 1 by root 2. So this can be written as root 2 into root of h by g into root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Root 2 gets cancels. So second half time is equals to, we are getting root h by g of root 2 minus 1. This is the final answer. Second half time is equals to square root of h by g into root 2 minus 1. Okay, next we will go to the next question. 19th one. A stone, here this is a stone thrown upward the speed u from the top of a tower reaches the ground with a velocity 4u. The height of the tower is, now we are calculating height of the tower. So this is v is equals to, from the third equation of motion we can write it as u square plus 2gh. v nothing but they given as 4u. So substituting 4u whole square is equals to u square plus 2gh. 4u square nothing but 16u square is equals to u square plus 2gh. 16u square minus u square is equals to 2gh. So h is equals to 16u square minus u square how much? 15u square by 2g. So this is the height of the tower. H is equals to, therefore h is equals to height of the tower. We are getting h, final answer, h is equal to 15u square by 2g. This is the final answer. Next we will go to the next question. Question number 20. If magnitude of average speed and average velocity over an interval of time are same, then here a particle should have same distance and same displacement in order to have final average speed and average velocity, which is only possible in the case of an object moving on a straight line without turning back. So particle, for this we are writing the answer here. If magnitude of average speed and average velocity over interval of time are same, then particle should have same distance and displacement. Same distance and displacement in order to have final average speed and average velocity, which is only possible only in the case of an object moving on a straight line without turning back. So in order to have final average speed and average velocity, which is only possible only in case of an object moving in a straight line without turning back. Okay, this is the answer for this question. Particle should have same distance, same displacement in order to have final average speed and average velocity, which is only possible only in the case of an object moving in a straight line without turning back. Okay, thanks for watching this video.